Alright guys, today we're going to talk about the 8 different classes of double dies. But first things first, what is a double die? A double die is also known as hub doubling. It's caused by a misalignment or a mismatch between a working hub and a working die. The misalignment occurs between a first and subsequent hubbing, or sometimes in the course of a single hubbing. Misalignment can occur along the orthogonal planes and 3 orthogonal axes. Double dies that are the result of a misalignment are variously characterized as rotated, offset, pivoted, or tilted. Double dies that are the result of a design mismatch are characterized as distended, distorted, modified, and design hub doubling. Doubling can be limited to one element or cover much of the design. Doubling can be subtle or so extreme that it produces entirely separate elements of equal strength. All coins struck from a double die will show the same degree of doubling from coin to coin. Now that we have an understanding of what a double die is, let's start off with the Class 1, or rotated hub doubling. Rotated hub doubling occurs when the die is turned either clockwise or counterclockwise on an axis near the center of the design between the hubbings. It is characterized by having all devices near the rim doubled the most, while those near the center of the design are not doubled at all. Class 2, distorted hub doubling. This occurs when the hub flattens out between hubbings on a single die. This happens because the hubs are used to create a number of dies, often over 100. As with any malleable material, the steel flattens outward as it is used. If a die is first hubbed with a hub that is rather new, and subsequently with an old hub, the devices near the outer edge will show doubling either towards the center of the design with flattened hub used first, or towards the edge of the design with flattened hub used last. Class 2 hub doubling is most often characterized by doubling that parallels the outside edges of the devices closest to the rim. The two primary requirements are that the spread be directly toward or away from the rim without rotation or pivot, and that there be clear separation lines in the doubling. Class 3, design hub doubling. Class 3, design hub doubling. This class is caused when two different hubs with different designs are used to create one die. The design differences can be as minor as the exact placement of a single letter or design feature, or it can be as major as two differently dated hubs. All examples of what people refer to as overdates in the 20th century coin types are actually Class 3 double dies. This includes the 1918 over 7 Denver nickel, both 1942 over 1 dimes, the 1943 over 2 Philadelphia nickel, as well as others. Design hub doubling is characterized by a difference in some part of the design rather than a misalignment of the design. A 1960 Lincoln Cent proof die, a 1960 Denver business strike working die, and a 1970 San Francisco proof working die were hubbed with both the small and large date hubs. Class 4, offset hub doubling. This type is caused when a die is returned to the hubbing press but shifted to one side. The result is doubling in a single cardinal direction, north, south, east, southwest, and so on. This class of doubling is most often found affecting the center of the design than other classes of doubling, because regardless of the strength of the offset, all devices, including those in the center of the design, will show the same spread of doubling. Class 5, pivoted hub doubling. Pivoting hub doubling is one of the more common types of doubling. Its cause is very similar to that of the Class 1 rotated hub doubling in that the alignment of the die that created the doubling involves clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. But in the case of the Class 5, the center of rotation is at or near the rim, causing more doubling on one side of the design, which would be the area opposite of the pivot point, and a little to no doubling near the pivot point. Class 6, Distended Hub Doubling. This class is generally caused by using hubs to impress designs into improperly annealed dies. The design flattens out and becomes stretched or distended toward the outside of the design. A lot like Class 2 doubling, the Class 6 double dies generally show characteristics close to the rim. This class usually shows up as extra thickness. Class 7, Modified Hub Doubling. This class of doubling is caused when an errant part of the design is ground off a hub in an effort to replace it. If the errant portion of the design is not ground off completely, it will leave its mark on any die created from the hub. The errant element is usually a digit or digits of the date, but it can also be on other parts of the design. While modified hub doubling is an actual class of doubling, there is no substantiated evidence to prove that any examples actually exist. While there are various listings which have Class 7 double dies, there is no consensus between those various listings as to which specific dies are actually Class 7. Since there are not any actual pictures of the Class 7, I went ahead and put a little bit of the minting process on here so you guys could check it out to make up for not being able to find any pictures. So I hope you guys enjoy getting to see that as well. Class 8, Tilted Hub Doubling. This class occurs when a die is set in the hubbing press, tilted and rotated clockwise or counterclockwise from the hub. The resulting double die shows doubling on part of the design close to the rim, and the rest of the design will remain normal. Like the Class 7, there is some ambiguity surrounding this class of doubling. Some experts have included the tilted hub instead of solely the tilted die as the cause of this class of doubling. In this scenario, the tilted hub accounts for the majority of the single squeeze hubbed double dies, with or without a specific rotation to the hub. Class 9, Shifted Hub Doubling. This form of doubling happens when a slightly misaligned die pops into position under constant pressure of the hub and its thousands of pounds of force. It is often characterized by a slippage of the design in a cardinal direction, much like the Class 4 offset hub doubling. It often affects centrally located design elements. This class of doubling is for those types of double dies that are simply unexplained. It is for those extremely few double dies that seem to defy logic and common sense. In 1986, the U.S. Mint reported using the single squeeze hubbing system to 1997, which is when the single squeeze method was fully implemented at both Denver and Philadelphia mints. This time span contains many double dies that cannot be confidently assigned to one or the other hubbing systems. Alright guys, that's all I have for now. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more collecting and detecting content. And don't forget to hit that like button and share with your friends. And I will see you on the next one. God bless and happy hunting.